Welcome back to Star Trek Online, everybody. I am your host, the Housecoat Gamer, and today we're taking a look at the Bar-Jai Interceptor. Originally a hangar pet for, well, the Fek'hri carrier. What the hell? Is something weird going on here? It appears some of the Breen have gotten their hands on these things and made these things uneven. Asymmetrical. Anyway, originally this was a hangar pet. It was a frigate-class hangar pet for the Fek'hri Tier 5 carrier. And it was pretty good. Not as good as the Jem'Hadar attack ship, but that's a really high standard to try and match, isn't it? And for the longest time, the Bar-Jai has never been playable, but after a year-long break, the boys at STO have finally gone and made this thing playable and available. That said, I question their sanity. Now, what is wrong with this picture? Yes, I know, some of you are going to be going, all locators? When did you do that? Well, to be perfectly blunt, I have been working on it for a good long time now. But let's focus on the obvious. What is wrong with this picture? 5 science consoles, 5 forward weapon slots, 2 aft weapon slots, and an experimental weapon which is fire-based. Okay, the Ravager Shriek seems a little bit iffy. Maybe people can make it work. But I have to wonder what the hell the people at Cryptic were thinking by making this. Now, the ship is fine, cosmetically speaking. The console layout, however, this is an escort. Sorry about that. Whose bright idea was this to put science at 5 for an escort class vessel? Something like this should be 5 tactical, 4 science, the engineering ones are iffy, but what can you do? But seriously, that would have been more acceptable. A science-biased escort. Okay, that's fine. That's acceptable. That's reasonable. Especially given that this thing's seating is temporal. Now, I'm not sure if it's a temporal ship. I'd have to beam up for that. In fact, I probably will. I am. Well, we've confirmed that, haven't we? Anyway, with a temporal themed seating and a little bit of intelligence, because it's one of those ships, I would accept a science bias. But it's still a freaking escort. Which means, and this is something of an ironclad rule, tactical must take priority. That said, someone pointed out to me that with this trait, open up the gates, and the console, you could make a Tetrion build out of this. I'm sorry, I could make a anything build out of this. I could equip this thing with disruptors, I could equip this thing with phasers if I wanted to. I really don't. It doesn't fit. And still mega damage. Now, I chose anti-proton for this particular one because it's my Klingon Jem'Hadar. He gets the ones that don't make any sense, like the orc ships. I mean, let's be blunt. This at least looks Klingon, this does not. As for this thing, it's almost acceptable. The general console layout is fine, except for science. It would have been a perfect glass cannon. Acceptable. I would have even accepted it as a science ship. I would have been complaining, but it would be perfectly acceptable as a scout ship. It's particularly small. But seriously, who in the name of all things holy, who in the name of the holy Gibble, thought this was a good idea? This is like the Vorgon Dreadnought Cruiser all over again. It's like the Norway all over again. And we all know what I think of the Norway being an escort carrier is. Stupid. This is another repeat of that. Now just one console, and everything would have been fine. It is worth experimenting with, but don't get your hopes up. Housecoat Gaming, signing off.